Now, as we've been saying this morning, Elon Musk's son stole the show, didn't he, at a press conference?
X squared something or other, whatever.
Well, he stole the show at a press conference with President Trump in the Oval Office on Tuesday. He pulled faces, he mimicked his dad, he interrupted. He
was completely irritating.
It's quite cute, though. Look, there he is cuddling into his dad. That's nice. It led to him making headlines all around the world.
So, anyway, would you bring your kid to work? Would that be part of your
routine?
Yeah, your routine. Would you want to do that? Or can they become a complete distraction? Answer, they can become a complete distraction. Journalist and mother Emma Wolfe, who believes you should be able to bring them, and parenting expert Annette Kello, who believes children should just be left at home. Now, Annette, tell us about why you think they should be left at home.
Well, I think children, on occasion, you never know what's going to happen, and on occasion, I think it's OK to bring them in, but generally you should try to leave them at home if you can. Of course, things happen. My babysitter let me down and I brought my son into GBNEWS and he had a great time. Yeah. Backstage, and it was absolutely fine and nobody knew. But I do think if you can, try to get the childcare sorted. But obviously we're living in an economy where that's very difficult.
Did you have a great time, or were you able to relax knowing that he was there?
Yes, because there were some lovely people there looking after him. Yeah. But I do appreciate children can be loud and it can be distracting. I think if we're looking at the boss's point of view as well, they might get annoyed with it.
Emma, I honestly would have no difficulty bringing my dog to work. Oh. I love my dog. My dog is so wonderful and peaceable and really nice and would get on with everybody and not cause any sort of fuss. Any of my kids in their time, no.
So my little one is exactly the same age as ex-Musk, pretty much 4 years old. And as a feminist, as a single mom, I'd love to argue. I would love to help you out and argue with children in the workplace. And like Annette, I have once or twice taken my kiddo into GBNEWS and everybody's lovely behind the scenes. But the truth is, it's a nightmare having children in the workplace. Young children do not belong in the workplace. Of course, you can have the gimmicky kind of bring your child to work day, but in general, it's a distraction. It's a distraction from work. It's not safe. It's not professional. Okay, you can do a press conference and have them leaping around, and I'm sure they have a whole team of nannies off camera. But the fact is, think about most modern workplaces. You've got wires, you've got leads, you've got computers, you've got microphones, you've got, I don't know, you work as a nurse or a doctor or a bus driver or in a shop or in a science lab or in a factory. You can't bring your child to work. This is a kind of, privileged middle class thing once in a while to bring your child into the office. And Ellie, it's all right for you to say, oh, that's so cute and everything. Having your child at work with you is actually deeply stressful. You can't focus. You're constantly aware that they're probably distracting other people. You're constantly aware that they're about to jump on someone's keyboard. It's not really the place for them, actually.
But Emma, in terms of politicians, so in terms of Elon Musk and JD Vance as well, we've seen this week getting off a plane in Paris with his children and his wife. Is it not quite nice in that sense to see, especially with men, to see that family side, to see that softer side than with their children?
Absolutely. I mean, and I was thinking about Stella Creasy. Do you remember her breastfeeding in the House of Commons? Certain people can do it. And you're right. It's lovely to see a man with his family, doing a bit of childcare. But that's the key to it. It's very performative. The fact that JD Vance posed in front of the camera with his children for a few photos does not mean that he is doing the grueling work that women, mostly women, juggling their work with childcare, getting out of the house in time to get to the office or to get to the shop or to get to their shift and the nurses or the care home, or for me to get to a studio at 4 a.m, juggling all of that. That's the side that we don't see. Yeah. Children and working is actually an incredible struggle for some of us.
Annette, being the society that we are today, I'm just surprised that it's not sort of statutory or obligatory for this to happen, and we don't see more of it.
Yeah, well, I think the other thing is Elon is the boss, and there's very different rules for bosses versus people that are working there. Now, obviously, you couldn't have a brain surgeon going in to perform brain surgery with a child there, or a doctor doing the rounds. This just wouldn't work. I do think on occasion, if you're bringing a child into work, a lot of people work from home and their boss doesn't even know that their child is there because they're completing their work, they're completing the task. Now, it's very caveat in the sense that you don't know what kind of job will work with children, but I do think there's a sense of we have to be flexible. The flexible working bill was brought out last year so that parents can have flexible working, and sometimes that does involve children. So I think we need to be conscious of that when we're looking at the workplace as a whole.
And the age is important.
Yes.
You know, 7-year-old is fine. A 2-year-old, 3-year-old, nightmare.
No, not with a baby. No. There is no way that I think people would have very difficulties with a baby, particularly then.
Emma and Annette, thank you both very much indeed. They've aired their views. You air your views, have your say with us this morning. Thank you both very much indeed.
Stay with us. Coming up, Paul Coit will be here with all of your latest sports news. That's next.